It's been months since Spencer had been bought by the Fat Controller from the Duke and Duchess of Boxford. Now Spencer pulls express runs from Barrow to Cobham's Gate, but he sometimes pulls it all the way to Knapford if necessary. At first he would have difficulties adjusting to it, but he began to enjoy it. At Barrow, Spencer stopped to allow the regular service to pass. He was just having a drink when he overheard two diesels gossiping. "I'm glad that we're clear from those Sodor engines for a few hours. Can't bear any more talks about those musicians. Why wouldn't they want a picture of engines who actually work hard for their album covers? Like us, for instance." "Album cover," Spencer mumbled to himself. "Most intriguing." As Spencer made a stopover at Elsbridge, he began questioning Percy about it. "I can't understand why they think any of you are suitable subjects," Spencer asked. "Well, we've been considered suitable subjects before," chuckled Percy. "A few years back, Rheneas and I were on an album cover." "Ha!" slipped Spencer. "Surely I would have known that you somehow ended up in the limelight." "It was rather brief," said Percy. "The band didn't get permission from our controller, so they had to change it. Still," he smirked, "I was a cover star." "Which is more you can say, Spencer." And Percy hurried away, leaving a flustered Spencer behind. "That little green caterpillar! I'll show him. I'll show you all for that matter. That album cover is as good as mine." "I doubt it, my dear," smiled Daisy, who had heard everything. "They want a unique engine, and that would be me." "You?" laughed Spencer. "You're nothing but a glorified coach. Besides, my brothers and I are the peak of steam. I'm sure to be chosen. Ta-ta." Needless to say, Daisy and Spencer became quick enemies. They lodged insults at each other whenever they passed by. All the while, they kept their eyes peeled for the photographers, or any signs of a camera. One afternoon, Daisy was dozing in the carriage siding when a very dirty Toby arrived at the junction with some trucks. "Goodness," gasped Daisy, "you wouldn't make a nice picture." "Oh, never mind about the pictures," coughed Toby. "I'm bringing this awful new coal back. If you excuse me, I need my firebox cleaned." Toby trundled off, coughing all the while. Daisy was about to go back to sleep when Spencer arrived at the platform. His driver was not happy. "If you didn't spend so much time looking for those dramatic musicians, we might have remembered the top bond on coal. You're running dangerously low." Then Daisy had a devilish idea. "Well, you are in luck. Toby just delivered this marvelous new coal. Only the finest steam engines are using it." That was all Spencer needed to hear. Once his fireman filled his tender with the coal. "Must be off," Spencer smiled at last. "The cameras are waiting." Daisy said nothing. She just smirked triumphantly. Later, Daisy stood at the platform. She could see the musicians with their cameras and grew excited, though she tried to retain a candid look. Suddenly, there came an almighty puffing. There was Spencer struggling down the line while thick black smoke poured from his funnel. He was red in the face and coughing horrendously. "Oh dear," Daisy remarked. "Not very fitting subject for the camera, are you?" She got no further away. Suddenly, Spencer let out a huge pool of smoke erupted from his funnel. It began to rain down onto the platform, the passengers, and Daisy. Spencer ground to a halt, continuously to cough. "Our cameras!" cried the musicians. "My paint!" whimpered Daisy. "My hat!" came a voice. It was the Fat Controller. The Fat Controller was not pleased with Daisy's devious idea and Spencer's behavior and mishap. He scolded them severely. Their punishment came a week later. A letter from the musicians arrived. The Fat Controller read it to himself and chuckled. While you did take good photos, Daisy, but they found you too modern. While Spencer, on the other hand, captured exactly what they were looking for. Spencer smirked at Daisy. However, he continued, your incident left you looking less than front cover material. Still, they included a picture as a keepsake. Both engines blushed and looked at their buffers. In the end, a painting of Spencer's brother Mallard was news for the album cover. And what about the keepsake? It shows a picture of Spencer with black smoke bursting from his funnel. Daisy, meanwhile, was staring open-mouthed in horror, seemingly aware of what was coming next. The other engines laughed and laughed. Daisy and Spencer could finally agree on something. Prospects of appearing on an album cover had lost its lustrous.